The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Let's basically do a couple of things today. Let's get organized. Number one, tablet and pen time. That means you get a tablet, you get a pen. Top of that, you write down today's date. I'm all about time. I'm all about measuring what needs to be done and basically reanalyze everything 110%. So let's understand, you have goals. Let's reach them. Let's basically stop the yada yada. Let's get to work and let's get the goals to accomplish for what you want to do. And then let me tell you what you really want. Okay, let's have some fun. I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. They gave me that nickname years ago. I've done about 60 billion for clients. Maybe I can do some for you too. Now let's understand, this is live. That means you're stuck with me, and you can be stuck with me 6 days a week if you want. So the ultimate goal is very simple. The thing for you, no pictures, no recording, because I need you to put it here. Has to be a mindset. Next thing is we play. I want you to learn how to get goodies like I did. I'm online 6 days a week. So let's remember, if you ever get a bad day, show up. See if I can help turn that around for you. Rags to riches. Well, what can I say? I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she devil from hell. All right, used and abused as a kid. Nobody gave a damn. The reality is it's very simple. I just wanted out of hell. Your journey can begin today with me if you want. I'll get you to millionaire. I'll even guarantee that too. But you're going to have to do one thing for you. Look behind that curtain. Now I got a couple of problems with me. Very simple. All right, I write with both hands at the same time, two different things. And on top of that, you know what I do? I talk and have another conversation. Both sides of how to work. When I was in the 6th grade, they said I was retarded. I have total recall with an IQ of 203. I thought they were just stupid. When I grew up, I realized they were. I need you to get out your personal credit cards. Now, I need a stick in the back of the cards. See, here's your problem. You follow ducks and sheep, and you did it wrong. And we're going to correct that today. The next problem I have is I end up rhyming all the time because both sides kind of work. So sorry, you're going to have to live with that too. Now, this crap has to stop. It's ridiculous. Come on. What did you do? You jacked up the cards, you dropped the score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and then you basically can't write out diddly squat. I call that silly and dumb. Sticky. Limit of the card. Maintain 25%. Always never pass 29%. Line of defense. And that's 100,000. You know what that does? 71,000 of safety credit in case blank hits the fan, lost a job, or pandemic. So let's understand. T or W stood for the report's wrong. All right, Thomas Raymond Warrich. They were sold in 1996 and became Asperian. So let's understand, when I trained the Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW, we came up with a system to balance the score. So you can go get some more. But your problem is no one wants to teach you the rules and tools how to play. So understand, all cards use 29, 25%, but two. These two. So we're going to talk about that for you. So good, fair, or what? Bad? You got choices. So let's play. Now understand something. Then Ken Yarborough's organization certified me. Isn't that kind of fun? So understand today we get to play. So let's look at a corporation. If you want to get to your $1 million dream, if you ever want to make money, it has to be a corporation. You have no choice. But the problem you have is all this information out there is kind of wrong. So let's look at this, chapter 18. Corporations are legal persons right there in front of you. I learned this at 7.5 at the poker game, Mrs. Hope House. I wanted to get out of hell. You see, it says may sue or be sued. Do you see that in front of you? Now, I rode my little bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. When I was 7.5, I asked the library next door, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. She came back and said, here's a microphone, here's a book. She was a well, I read the book. Here's the problem. Most people, not you, of course, are full of crap. And half people are lazy. But me, I just created my million at 14, 2.6 billion at 26. See, I had to come up with the rules and tools to play. That book that I got at the library that day didn't tell me diddly squat. So I went back for 2 years. You know what I did? I sent away my money order for $10, Secretary of State of California. See, I don't understand why people pay for corporations. That's called stupid. I've been giving away for free for 45 years. You just pay a little filing fees because you didn't learn diddly squat. You know what I did? I basically said away. I got to be the founder of Helping Hand Industries, and I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. See, it's in the 70s and 80s, the credit came in the mail. You didn't use your SSN. So we're going to play today. Also named in the movie Dave. Now at 11.5, 12 years old, I got basically named in a lawsuit. I basically got a little screwed up. I used the word Braille. I didn't realize it belonged to the Braille Institution. So at 12.5 years old, I went to court. They asked me to raise my hand. And they said, where's your daddy? Go, got no one of those. Where's your mom? Got one of those too. You're Ray Reynolds that started that? Yes, I am, sir. So I had to master trade names and trademarks and copyrights. Then I had to figure out, okay, I just got sued because I used something and they sued the corp, they sued me. Well, you got a corp, that means if they sue you, or the corporation, they sue you both too. Your problem is you. So what we have to do is understand to never bring the pain home. I invented division process. The next thing is they said, don't put our eggs in one basket. I asked what that meant, and they couldn't answer the question too. So let's understand today, like I just showed you, if your corporation is sued, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep. And if you got an LLC, don't worry, in January, they're going to come kick your assets. That's the Federal Trade Commission, and that's the Treasury Department. They're going to come get ya because of the CTA Act come January. Now let's understand, put your ducks in a row. What does that mean? Corporation and entities. Corporation and divisions. I drew it for them. I can draw it for you. $1 million of credit, never bring the pain home again. The next thing is me, I got to warn you. I'm honest and I'm blunt. If you follow stupid, you did stupid. That doesn't mean you're stupid. So the reality is I like to build millionaires. Would you like to be next? Let me know. We get to play. All right, I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather Credit, by the way, again. And I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old because I don't want you bringing the pain home again. All right, that's called ridiculous. You did it in the first place. I've been helping generation and generation for 45 years. Now I got a foolproof program. You can't even screw it up unless you don't follow through. Now I got rich and famous clients too. Isn't that fun? I even got homeless people. Or isn't that fun too? And then I got people coming out of prison like Free Ray Ricky, Dickie Ross. And then Thomas in prison for 26 years. I got him gold, dump trucks and credit up and away in about 8 months. I rebuilt his whole life. Would you like me to do that for you too? Here's your problem. You didn't understand how the system worked, and you just followed ducks and sheep. So let me give you a little lesson a little bit today. Franklin D. Roosevelt, president in 34, before we were born, of course, he did the Gold Reserve Act. So that means you and I, we probably got our SS5, SSN when we're 14 to 16. Then when Nixon took the gold standard out, what did that mean? That means every woman at the hospital has to sign the SS5 form for the baby to get an SSN, so they can bond the baby for $35 million apiece. So here's the problem. You didn't understand, so I need you to understand today that you get one SS5, one SSN. That's for your 1040 tax return. That means we the people. The SSN is tax, and probate till we're dead and they reach in the grave and take that too. The time of death is for the hospital. No, it's for the state and federal government. We have to compare SS5 to SS4. Can you do that with me today? Let's look at line 1. Legal name of entity or individual person. You see that right in front of you? See, what you could have realized, your name can go there instead. And by the way, SS5 equals SSN 1040. SS4 equals 1120, known as the tax ID. And you never had to bring the pain home in the first place. You chose to follow silly people. And then you took you 3 years to try to figure out, and you still figured out wrong. Now, if you're a tax protester today and you don't pay tax, and you don't file your tax return, just go to prison like Wesley Snipes. Simple. See, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. If you would write down 1244 at irs.gov and find out you and the corporation can file one tax return called single filing, you'll probably never pay tax again. Is that okay with you if you learn to play? Understand the lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. I think half the people are lazy. The other half have to pay attention and learn to play. 5 reasons you want cash credit to a corporation. It's a write-off. It's free money. You maintain the payment. Where are you going to get the money to start a real business? Win the lottery, get a raise or something? So if we get corporate credit, we don't hurt our family. The way I designed the system is a division, all right, up to basically 3 divisions in a corporation is up to $1 million. You see, we need to build a legacy for ourselves and our family. Free money is simple. Why don't we take $50,000 off of a credit card? And why don't we try to start investing 16 different ways to play? Is that okay with you? So let's understand, what did I do? I had 19 houses at 17 years old. I was fixing them up. I call them flip-a-dippity-doos. The reality is that's what I did for me. But then I couldn't get number 20. They said, no, your loan to value is too high. I said, what are you talking about? They said, how did you get the 19? I said, you're the expert. You tell me. What I did is I transferred them to divisions again and again. I freed up my loan to value problem, and I want you to understand how to play too. And at 21, I didn't want to do flippity dippity zoos anymore. So I want you to think about taking $50,000 and invest into properties, franchise storage units. I want you to think about buying your income. You can start with $100 a week and do this. It's not hard to do. But again, you can become that corporate millionaire. $100 a week. Every week we add to the corp, the divisions, and the pieces. By the time you're done in about 90 days, you have about $50,000 of credit for anywhere from 15 to 50,000. So it's borrowed money is not taxable. So should we not figure a way to do this right? So let's play. Now, like I said, when I got to be 21 years old, I got tired of flippity dippity doos. You got to deal with realtors, airstream companies. You got to deal with scam. You got to deal with contractors and subcontractors and mechanics liens and a lot of BS. I decided to do something different. I decided to become the damn bank. See, here's your problem. And no matter what, I know you didn't do this, and I want you to do it starting from today. I want you to build $1,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 a month residual income. 2009, I got over $1 million a day. So understand, if I can't sell it and become the bank, I don't want to do it. I'm going to keep it. You didn't realize you could actually become the bank for 30 years, did you? You can learn to play. Let's give an example today. Very simple apartment complex. What did I do? I dissected it into pieces, split deed each unit. City loved it, more tax money, and I became the bank for 30 years. Isn't that fun? So let's think about something today. The assignment of mortgage. Can you write it down, please? Remember, you can't take pictures or record. So understand, we're going to play it my way. One of my clients recently, she was going to basically sell her house, give the money to her kids for their business, and live with one of them. So you're going to sell your house, go live with your kids, and give them everything you built, and then you're going to be broke. I said, that's called stupid. I said, I want to do something different. I had her do a reverse mortgage. We took that money and leveraged it to $3 million. Okay. She now had purchased a franchise. All right. She did her apartment complex. All right. And now she has 100,000 coming in a month. See, I don't understand, stupid, because this is the United States of America Incorporated. Everybody should be building residual income. Now she can help the kids, and she now lives in the same house that she loved and she had with her husband too. So understand, if you want to learn about real estate, I have a system because I invented Homestead Blocker, UCC One Chattel Mortgage. When you got a real estate system, how about become the bank and buckets of money? If you want those 2 books and CDs, no problem. It's a giveaway today. It's very simple. All right, it's basically up to you, and we'll ship it right away when you Zell $2.99. So what happens is very simple. Zelle is simple. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. When you do your Zelle, you put RW, you put your name, your phone number, and your address in a little message, and we'll ship the books to you right away. Now, I want you to think about the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corps. No, they got 50 corps. They call them states. They got states, got corps called cities. And then they invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act, so they can bankrupt the debts of cities, 11 so far, right in front of you, and bankrupt the debt and stay in business. See, your problem is you. You could have did the same thing too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. You see, never forget we the people. We the people tell the government what to do. Ronald Reagan had it right. This dinosaur president doesn't know what he's talking about, but he learns from what he's saying anyway. The Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person. You stop bringing the pain home. I need you to write down division of you. Come on, division of me right now. Write it down. Let's understand something. I got to billion. All right, corporate structure. Why? Because I'm not stupid and I don't hurt the family. Your lack of knowledge is what got you screwed up. Line 1 there on the SS4. Do you see where it says legal name of entity or individual person? That's a corporate division or person, subsidiary. I want to build you a corporate umbrella. Can I do that for you, please? So let's understand something today. Division of me. As an example, here's one of the Lamborghinis in the car collection. Boom, boom. Simple. When I got this one and obtained it, the payment was $6,800 a month. Now understand, $6,800 a month, if I can't pay it, they're going to take it away. That means I'm going to get some shitty credit. They're going to report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now I'm going to have double shitty credit. Now what happens if I do it to the corporation? When they sue the corp, they would sue me. That's called silly and dumb too. So what did I do? I invented a process that actually works that'll change the whole world. We do a division for the car, which I did. And remember I showed you SSN versus SS4? We guarantee from an SS4. Now I got no intent to do fraud, but if something goes wrong, I can do the 3-step that I wrote for myself and invented for me. You want to write it down for you? I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, put that bad piece over here, maintain my corp and my pieces in my family. Your goal is to protect the corporation and your family and never bring the pain home. If I can't save this, guess what I'm going to do? The Federal Protection Act Public Record says I can bankrupt the hell out of it, and I'll probably do that in 6 months or less. See, I don't bring the pain home like you, and I want you to stop it too. When you lease a building, I want a division process. When you buy a house, I want division too. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and kind of sue you and screw you up. Now, I want you to understand something. All these silly people on TikTok, YouTube, and Google, get an LLC, just stop the Macarena crap. All the IRS wants you to focus on is how you receive money. If you receive money through the SS4, no taxes due till you're profitable. In the beginning, it doesn't matter what type of corporation you have. And if you have an LLC, that CTA Act's going to come kick your assets anyway. Then you have to look at the Fair Lending Act, because every card can be 99 more cards. That's how you get the money to get the honey. I've been building corporate credit since I was 9.5 and helping hand. I got $53 million of credit cards, got billions of lines of credit. We get to play. Why don't you learn to play too and have that corporate umbrella for you? Your problem is you. So let's understand something today. I want you to get to the point and understand you're fired. You have to be a CFO for the corporation and the divisions to get it started. And I'm using my history to get it done as well. So eventually I want to fire you. I want you to fire yourself. Would that be okay if he fired you? Let's show you what that actually means. So the goal is very simple today. We get to play the game and we get to win. I like to win, don't you? So we build a corporate umbrella through tax IDs. My dashboard allows me every tax ID to build a cash credit report. Up to 250,000 per entity, up to $1 million. Now, if we play this way again, what do we get to do? A division of you literally should be established to replace you. And that's the ultimate goal, is have a division of you. The ultimate goal is how we play the game. We get to win. So the bottom line is a division of you will become the new CFO. So let's understand something as we go through this, all right, and repackage you process. I would like you to take a moment and look at a corporation you might have today. That means you look on the website, Secretary of State's website, you find your corp, you'll find your name as the incorporator. You're probably the officer, all right, on the officer's list, or what's called a statement of information. And then you probably use your home address, which 87% of people do, which is called silly and dumb and stupid too, because now you're on a damn mailing list. Your problem is you didn't learn to play. And me, I established the things to make sure I understand. I came up with rules and tools, invented division process too. Right now, if your corporation is sued, they sue you. You brought the pain home. What you ought to think about is what I showed the grown-ups to do when I was a kid, putting the ducks in a row. They sue the corp, they sue you. That kind of sucks. Why don't you think about your line of defense so you don't bring the pain home again? Would that be okay? Now, here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall, a $1 million Lamborghini, a $5 million mansion, and $1 million race boat, and they all say RayReynoldsUniversity.com. I obtained him. Why the hell didn't you? I don't understand. Why didn't you go get your goodies? This is the United States of America. Oh, you follow silly people, silly and ducks and sheep. That stops today. You're going to let me hold your hand. We're going to sing Kumbaya. And I'm going to show you how to get some goodies. Would you like some goodies? I like goodies. I'd like you to have a trash can being used and abused as a kid. It motivated me to get out of hell. Now, if I add you to my credit system and rebuild you like I did, this is one of my $5 million mansions. Would you like one too? What's your goal today? Take the calendar and dissect it. How many working days are left? Now, I'm online 6 days a week. Before a pandemic, it was in person and online. Ultimate goal, 45 years. So let's understand Labor Day special. We have a Labor Day weekend. You get to save 40 to 60%. Simple products and services. I like that. So never go on vacation. I don't understand. I don't understand why people say they want to go on a vacation. All right. If I said that, I'd want to throw up. Okay. So the reality is very simple. As you do this, let's think about something. If you asked me to go on vacation, I'd throw up. See, everybody who's an entrepreneur understands something today. Okay. It's very simple. When they go on a business trip, or let's say you say vacation, what happens is, all right, you can't write it all off. So let's understand something today. If I go on a business trip, I'm never going to use cash because I have to have a receipt to get through an audit. Okay, always use credit card, tipping, add to the bill, cash from the front desk, even pick up your car. So I need you to think differently from now on, because that's the ultimate goal as you do this as well. Yesterday, did you display John come just from use? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't display a person unless it's an analyzation class. So as we do this, but you always have a comment anyway. So that's good. I got 941 goals to show God's glory and help billions of people, not just you. I want to change the world. Well, that's just me. I'd like you to write down credit, loan, money. You see, here's our problem in the past, and maybe today. You had a little bit of money. What did you do with your money? Did you spend it, kind of waste it away? See, you got to realize rich and famous people I've been training for years, I train them how to leverage money to more money. See, borrow money is not taxable. So if we write down credit, loan, and money, let's think, if you had 100,000, oh, you don't have it, let's take it off of a card. They give you a checkbook anyway. So if we took $100,000, put it in the corporate bank account, reference 3 times 5, they'll give us up to 1.5 million. If our corporation here has a division and buys a franchise, another division and buys an apartment complex, these are going to go up forever, but you build a line of defense. What does that give you? Simple, financial freedom. The biggest problem people forget to do is literally basically build financial freedom. That means you need 1,000, 50,000, 100,000 every month to pay your bills. There's a reason I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. The bills are being paid automatically, and I have everything I ever want. If I want to just go get it. It's like my dashboard. If I add you, corporate divisions, to the dashboard in reference credit from me to you, I can ask for separate billing for you if you need that 100,000, but it's up to you as well as we play. If you want a package called the Master's Package, to where I build $1 million, you just call the office, ask for a specialist, and it's 800-254-9506. Now, if you want coaching this year and next year, there's only 1 or 2 left of that, and I'm only putting 10 in there. You call the office and find out about that too. But again, as we do these things, I want you to look in the mirror. The biggest problem I see with people I talk to and counsel all the time is they have excuses. They went through a bad time. You get to feel sorry for yourself for 3 seconds or 3 minutes or less. Look in the mirror. I've been doing this mirror test since I was 2.5 years old. I get up every day at 2:25. I go to my knees, say, thank you, Jesus, and I go look in the mirror. See, I have to put myself in check. I don't know if you've ever done that for you, because right now, what did you do yesterday to get to the $1 million dream? Think about the repo list. All right, the probate list, the divorce list, the bankruptcy. Maybe you just want to sell supplies and vendor credit. So your corporation should have $1 million of credit per entity, checkbook money, supply and vendor money too. So this is what I believe you should do. If you run hard enough, by the time you turn around, you got about a $10 million company. But again, I'm going to tell you, don't think, just do. The problem is you. So understand, buying that income, very important, that $100 a week. See, the goal is this. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Worst thing you do is put $100 in a program, rebuild, rapid rescore, second 100, third 100, and as you build it up and away, as long as you do your assignments, in about 90 days, you got $15,000 of credit. But again, you got to do your part so you can get more and more and more again. So my point is very simple. If you're going to waste it, why don't you invest it instead? Remember flipping properties. I got tired of it at 21. I wanted to be the bank, and that's what I did. If I can't be the bank, I won't sell the property. I have property since I was 17. Why would I ever sell a property unless I'm going to become the bank? You see, you got choices today. How do you become the bank? It's like anything else. As an example, you take an apartment complex, you dissect it into pieces, split deed it, which they allow you to do, and then you become the bank and you give a loan to all those people in the apartment complex for 30 years, and they put a down payment too. And then you leverage it times 5 again and again. See, manageable debt is great to corporations, and then you master the assignment of mortgage. Example again, all right, nice lady. She was so busy saying, I'm going to sell my house for my son and my daughter for their business and go live with my kids. I said, no, you're going to go broke. You're going to sell it, give them the money, and you live with them, and now you have no control over you. So what I did is I convinced her to do a reverse mortgage. That 450, she converted it and got a line of credit for $3 million. She bought a franchise. She got an apartment complex. She's doing over $100,000 a month. Now she's helping the kids, and she still lives in the place that her and her husband had in the first place. So she's happy now. All right, she's in control. So if you want the real estate financial system, it's simple. If you don't have it already, it's $2.99. It is a Zell. Now, making your money make a machine. Understand this: is we get credit money, we got to invest in certain things we get to do. Anybody can sell products on Amazon and eBay every day. I call it OPM money. And from there, we can set up that, and you can learn how to play that game too. See, eBay and Amazon sell products every day. I got clients that do millions and millions a year. Again, if you're not a client, take a picture of this page, click. Here's you get a phone call with me. I just had a phone call for the last 45 minutes. From there, you get 90 days of level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes. And what you do is you click for, understand, based on that investment, how much bonus credit I'm going to give you. I want you to get the money to go get the honey. If you're a client right now and you want to add 10,000 more, all right, it's $4.99 for the holiday. 25,000 is $9.99. But that is a current active customer only. Please make sure you take that picture, because that's what it is. It is a Zell, URW and Zell. You can also call the office at 800-254-9506. Now, I like goodies. You see, what motivated me when I was a kid being used and abused, it sucked. All right, I didn't like it. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. So it motivated me to get out of hell. And then I bought my first Lamborghini when I was 14 and a half at an auction. God's gift, mansions in the harbor, goodies. And I like to put RayReynoldsUniversity.com. I like to put my name on a lot of the goodies to prove I obtained it. You see, there's a lot of BS in this world today. If you like some goodies, let me know. But I obtained everything I ever wanted besides changing the world so far. Now there's me, 1981. Every time I hear some idiot say white man can't jump, it's funny, I hold the record for the fastest and highest kick on the planet. All right, I kicked at the lights that night too. No matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. My first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. I got it at 14 and a half. So I don't hear no. When they say no, you know what I do? I say thank you. And I walk away and figure out they just know how to say yes. See, you hear no and you accept it. Please don't accept it. You have 1,000 steps to millionaire. And the big fat zero, I'm sorry to say, is what did you get from your family? The legacy? A corporation lives forever. People, we basically are going to die. So let's understand something, that corporation. I'd like you to think about today. All right, everything you have. In your house, it has a deed of trust. Your car has a pink slip. Why don't you write down irrevocable trust? Why don't we write down UCC1? Let's make a list of all our personal assets in our house and our office, put on a UCC1, file at county recorder's office, and turn it into a chattel mortgage. We can even borrow against our own goodies. But my point from this is simple. When we die, where's your goodies going to go? Is someone going to walk through where your goodies and like a swap meet? Or are you going to tie it to an irrevocable trust? I know what's happening to my life because I have to plan it too. So understand, like the leaving things as a legacy. It's amazing. I don't understand why people don't do this today. Your children should take over what you created. The Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, the Fords, that's what they did. Simple. I plan to do one thing. I plan the problem. I plan to live. I plan to die. Those are my 3 plans for me. So I got to understand. Can you draw this diagram in front of you, please? Let's think about something. Use some common sense. Bank of America has a parent company. They have bankrupt locations called branch numbers. Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, all right, Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. If you created divisions which are entities, your name's not on it. What I invented in 85, 86. So you could stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and literally reprogram your brain to millionaire status. That would be the goal. Now, I started my blueprint when I was 9.5. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. That's what works for me. You might want to write it down for you. So as we understand today, I think you're treading water. I think you're playing it safe because at your age, you can't afford to lose anything else because you've been ripped off by friends and family and you invested in something that didn't work for you. Sorry, it's probably very true. So let's understand playing the game. Let's not just always play it safe. If we do things as a division, you don't have to worry about the corp in your family. Let's write down 5 things you need today. Remember, write them down. You can't take picture or record. 750 score, a solid one. Corporation divisions. From there, cash credit, $100,000 or up to $1 million. Checkbook money, supply and vendor money. These are things you need. They are a must to have, but it's up to you. Draw that diagram one more time. A corporation should manage entities. Why? That's how you stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row and I build you a corporate umbrella and I repackage you. That would be the ultimate goal. So I got the radio show and TV show coming up next year. I won't be available 6 days a week next year. Now I've helped rich and famous people, even presidents of the United States of America Incorporated too. And what did you do? You probably had a kitchen table meeting. That means you sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family and you said, let's start a business, honey. That's great. Hopefully someone said, what if something was wrong? But what did you actually do? You hawked your cards, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get more, and you basically couldn't write out diddly squat. You hawked your house. I call that silly and dumb. You never had to do that in the first place, by the way. Let's get you to the point you never bring the pain home. Is that okay? Write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. Let's see it, believe and go get it, okay? You're going to be knocked down 1,000 times. You're only going to win 10. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. Page 6 says cash flow for your time. The reality is in the book, page 6. Now, here's me, 2009. Worth millions and billions. I'm on top of the world, helping people 6 days a week. Wife wants to take out one of the yachts in the backyard for the group of people to watch the fireworks. Next day, I get to die in a coma. She goes to the office. One technology driver over on Spectrum finds Ron stealing my books. From there, Tom, he sold my websites and my phone numbers. So I'll always tell you, please don't call the phone number on a CD. He sold it to a porn site, sorry to say, but that's what he did while I was in a coma, going to die. People around you, you got to play it safe. If you don't have a copy of the Millionaire's Founders Kit, I sold it at the Bonaventure for $5,000 a set for 32 years, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. So you got choices. The date's free to you as long as you Zelle $99. All right, and then we ship it to you right away in the Zelle. Please write down your name and your address so we ship it today, please. Again, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. Very simple. Or you can call the office at 800-254-9506. Now, starting a business, running a business, like I said, be careful. People around you, they might push you off the cliff. You don't know if they're going to catch you or you're just going to die. Me, I've been putting myself in check since I was a little boy. 2:25, waking up today, thanking Jesus for another day. Go look in that mirror. See, the only one to put in check is me. You listen, friends and family. I'm sorry, they have an opinion. But did they ever make million to billion? The reality is, why don't you play? No matter what we do, we can have things happen to us too. Like in 2009, July 4th. Yeah, matter, I got 3 yachts in the backyard and I'm worth millions and billions. God allowed me to die in a coma. I get to hear what's going on in the room. All right, tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. But again, I got a choice to stay in peace and go back that day. I said, go back. So let me understand something with you. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, that's 3 minutes or less. I moved 24 times. I'm 11 and a half years old. I've been shot twice, knife 6 times. I have no excuses now, neither do you. All right, God's true example, I believe I am for you. Now, I got a book coming up this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. See, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. I have several other books as well, like Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer, Fighting the Monster Within, Bullshit Doesn't Pay My Bills, and then basically, dealing with the pain, fighting the pain, because we all have that inside too. Let's get past go. How about we show you a Lamborghini collection, some Duffy, some mansions? How about we show you that I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet, fastest kick, so white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. How about more Lamborghinis, yachts in the backyard? All right, helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris. Just show you a couple goodies I obtained. I call it Ray's Rules. I use my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. You might want to master that too for you. Now, credit repair, I'm sorry to say it's a fraud. I mean, what do you expect? They got a magic wand or something? Mine doesn't work. Can I borrow yours? Let's understand. If you went to the Federal Trade Commission and you typed on your computer today, it'll say credit repair is a fraud. It'll say they can't collect money up front. The top ones do it every day. And at the end of 1 or 2 years, you still have shitty credit, sorry to say. What can you do for you? Write down section 611. Google it, find out what you can do for yourself. First thing I would tell you to do is negotiate a debt. You have an open collection account, man up, woman up. You can't rip off your creditor. If you did basically do that, go back and fix that problem. Then all cards at 25, 29% but 2. Then a rapid rescore. Now you have a 750. What are you going to do? I'd like you to learn the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. So that way you can get the American dream. Here's your steps today to get some goodies too. First of all, we have Intuit Credit Karma. They bought it December 3rd, 2020. Okay, you'll find them to help you. I like to basically tear apart your credit reports if you allow me to do that. All right, I'll show you what I want you to do and what I'll do for you too. In 90 working days, you have a 750. The ultimate goal. I'll call your case number in rotation on Saturday at 1:30. Very simple. From there, here's the form no one paid attention to. I did. I tore it apart. From there, name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. From there, this is the SS5 equals SSN and 1040. You see that Social Security card you got in your personal wallet? Get it out right now, please. You see, it's going to say do not laminate. Don't carry with you. And it's going to say don't use for ID purposes and property of Social Administration, not you. See, your SSN is for your 1040 tax return. Next thing is when you got your first job a long time ago, all right, you asked where your money was because half it was missing. They pointed out that the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. We are ducks and sheep. We have the right to use we the people. The IRS web, all right, IRS.gov 1244. File one tax return called single filing and almost not pay tax ever again. We could play. Your life should be a break even, by the way, because you have to learn to balance your debt. All right. If you don't do this correctly, you're going to bring your score down every time. 25, 29% rule, but 2 cards. Simple. Remember, TRW stood for the report's wrong, not Thomas Raymond Woolridge. They were bought. 96 became Asperian. So that means when we set up the system, when I'm training Yarborough to balance the debt, every time you drop the score, it's because you jacked up a card, can't get any more, and can't write a dilly squat. Ultimate goal is very simple. All cards use that rule, but 2. It's good, fair, or bad. Reality is up to you. So understand, even Yarborough's organization later on certified me as the #1 consultant worldwide. So you got a choice. Let's do this right now. SSN, tax, probate till we're dead. We get taxed before we get the leftover. How about SS4? We don't pay tax till we're profitable. So if you don't learn to balance and learn how to understand the rules and tools, I'm sorry, you're not going to get there. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. You better learn to balance the debt and become one of my clients, and I'll hold your hand. We'll sing Kumbaya. SSN, let's repackage you. Corporation divisions. Let's master the SS4. I'll show you how to play. Choose wisely from now on and be a 2 double CFO and put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. We get to play. There's that form SS5, which I don't think you paid attention to. Let's compare it to the SS4. Would that be okay with you? Here's SS4. Corporation. Let's see. Banks, grocery stores, and cities. Do you realize your name could be on line 1? You could create a division of you, and you don't have to bring the pain home in the first place. It says banking and credit purposes right there on the form. You see, that's per entity. Later on, I'd like you to have a division of you, maybe more than one. So let's understand the corporation should only do 4 things. Buffer tax, no tax due to your profitable. Corporate credit, all a write-off under tax ID. Car at fleet price. And then from there, hotel free buffet. Then the division should do everything else. Line of defense, cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability for real estate. That's called separate liability. See, divisions are your line of defense. You should build a corporate umbrella. That way you can basically never bring the pain home. If you allow me, I'll do it for you too. See, a division, you're not liable. Your name's not even on it or on the liability line. So I want you to fire yourself in the future, please, as we build the umbrella, tax ID base, and set up credit reports for you. So the division of you will replace you. You'll be able to say you're fired to yourself and have a new division of you as CFO. So I will guarantee what I say I can do, as long as you're part of the program and you follow through. And you go to class and not following you what? Simple to do. Don't violate. Don't jack up cards. Do not apply during the program. You crash your rapid rescore, we're going to charge you a fee for another one too. All right, or we're going to close your case. Past can't chase future. Come on. You got an open collection account, negotiate the debt. There's 5 ways to kill a debt. IRS has a form called 656, 433A and B. So again, solutions for you. Step 4 is very simple too. All right, there's that 750 waiting for you. What do we have to do? We're going to stay in the call center up to 90 days, maybe 6 months. But then when we analyze, we can get right to the nitty gritty, analyze you. We get to do a rapid rescore. We get to think about this client here. I got him 96 points in 3 days. I can probably do the same thing for you. As long as you do what I ask you to do, you get a 750 and above. But you got to be part of the program. Nice lady. She says, Ray, why am I getting a 750 or 651? I have good credit. I go, why are you using only 3 cards? She says, my attorney, my CPA, my banker told me to. I told her, you're listening to Dumb and Dumber. Rapid rescore, balancing the debt, 801 with green lights. That's the ultimate goal. This client, this family, sorry to say, they went to a bankruptcy attorney. All right, then they sold them a bankruptcy. I said, what are they thinking to sell you, a pickle or a banana? You see, all right, I would never file bankruptcy unless they're garnishing my wages or going to sell my house through court. I think there's a better way. I rebuilt them with the first card of $500 up and away and got them an 800 score too. Nice family, 11 collection accounts. Here's 3,000 to balance their debt. Let's understand, we all got to play what? Peter and Paul, steal for Mary too. We got to make it work. We got to juggle. If you allow me to rebuild your credit and you go to the class and rapid rescore, what is the target we work together to get? 750. Normally it's $999 and I give you $1,000 card back to you. During the broadcast, we discount it to $499. And then we give you a $500 card to reimburse yourself too. All you got to do to get that discount is, while we're doing this live, is all you have to do is Zelle, RW, again, when you Zelle, and your name and phone number on the little message, or call the office at 800-254-9506. So understand another problem you have. You're on the national mailing list. Sorry, you did it to yourself. You see, you're a voter probably like me. They sell that list 412 times a year. Cable Bill Corporation. I would suggest call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years. Phone number is right in front of you now. Simple to do. The next thing I want you to do is plan the problem. So you understand, plan the problem. What does that mean? You allowed a friend and family member to rip you off. You probably loaned them money and they said, I can't pay you back. I'm sorry. They don't respect it. They also spent thousands of crap that didn't work. So let's understand today, getting the discipline, every card needs a sticky. We need to basically put the limit. We need to basically maintain 25%. We need to make sure never pass 29%, create our line of defense. Out of 100,000, that leaves you 71,000 of safety. You got to realize the dashboards were created for one reason. Or as I trained Yarborough years ago, 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Getting that discipline down, you'll have the ability to maintain a 750 and above ultimate goal. I know you're going to have an excuse. You got to jack up a card. The answer is no. This is called silly and dumb. Why? Because there are 2 cards on planet Earth. You can max them out $1 million as long as you maintain the payment. Gold and platinum cards. You never bring the pain home after today, please. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? You run out of time, you run out of money, you can't wait to go jack up your cards and tell the world to feel sorry for you. See, today, let's say you needed $5,000 now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they say no. The average person wastes $50 every other day. This card at $5,000, I max it out, it's $50 a month. They also say you waste $140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, and guess what happens? The payment's $612.26. What the average person wastes in a given month, they could have bought 2 pizza restaurants during a pandemic with a drive-through, using some common sense. And white men do jump to stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Please write down Ray's rules. The only thing from now on you're going to understand is if anything goes wrong, it's a division. I don't understand. From now on, you're not allowed to bring the pain home or hurt your corporation because the division's your duck and your sheep. Don't have any intent to do fraud. The only thing that's allowed to screw up is the division. You couldn't get another one and another one too. There's no reason for you to ever bring the pain home in the first place. By the way, that's Ray's rules. Have your cake and eat it too. Step 7. All right, become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. We didn't have to in the first place. So there I am in that coma. I wish I could have sat up and went boo and scared the you know what of everybody, but I couldn't. Google the address, find out I'm telling you the truth. I've been in 2 comas so far. One, I was crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up, freaked them all out. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. See, I think the devil's trying to hold us back and pull us down, but God's delays aren't God's denials. So let's understand, I like to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Can we do it my way? Because I think your way kind of sucks. Sorry to say. I built generations for the last 45 years. So what's a corporation? Legal person may sue or be sued. What happens? The lack of knowledge is why people make stupid mistakes. And I don't want them to do that. I don't want you to do it either too. We get to play. The division process is a given. I love the fact that God gave me a vision for divisions because one thing I created 8586 is a line of defense. This way, that's the only duck you can have from now on. You didn't have 5 of you in the closet, did you, when you brought the pain home? Divisions give you the ability to replace you. Corporate umbrella. Let me get you the tax ID. I get to set up the cash reports and get you cash credit. Line you up for checkbook money too. The ultimate goal, 9 divisions are up to 1 million. 41 is literally up to, all right, $5 million of credit. We get to play. But before you go any further, I want you to look at your corporation today. Make a note to yourself. Check out if you have one. From there, you'll find your name. Change the address to mailbox, etc. too. Put your ducks in a row, because right now when they sue the corp, they sue you. That kind of sucks. I'd like you to have your line of defense. Would that be okay if we play with you and teach you how to play to win? I'm sorry, you lost his job. This is pathetic. I'd like to tell him, man up, get your ass to the church. Sorry to say ass out loud. I mean, come on, let's understand. Okay, you got kids, you got to get some food. Church, feed, food, drive an Uber, drive a Lyft. Find a solution versus holding a silly sign. Hey, I had to eat out of a trash can as a kid. I came out of the coma. They stole everything, billions of dollars. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. You do what you got to do. This is ridiculous. Corporations build themselves. Go be your own employee. That's all you got to do. It's not hard to do. Let's play. I designed this to get a $100,000 card times 9. Then I designed it for checkbook money up to 150. That's 2.5 million. See, that's called daisy chaining credit. I invented that too. So a division, you're not on it. You get to play. In the future, I want you to fire yourself. Is that okay? I want you to be able to say, you're fired. Because right now, all right, there's your problem. You keep being a duck and a sheep. Divisions, I'll add 2,000 history for you. I'll build your umbrella. I'll make sure you get basically each one for $4.99 through me, 3 for $14.97, or you call the office right away. That discount is only during the broadcast. Simple. I like goodies. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. I didn't like being used and abused. It pissed me off to study more than anybody ever met in my life. So I want you to have $1 million of cash cards and up to $5 million of checkbook money. Is that okay? Buying that income? Which means if you do that $100 a week that you usually piss away, in 90 days you got 15,000 of credit, as long as you do what I ask you to do. Very simple. It's like flipping properties. It's fun. I didn't like it after I did my first properties because dealing with all this crap, at 21 I started to keep them. And then I basically wanted to become the bank. Unless I can become the bank, I keep it. Why would I want to give it away when I get a 30-year loan back to the corporation and the divisions? Take an apartment complex, split deed it, and then you become the bank for 30 years. Isn't that the way to play? And learn an assignment of mortgage as well too. We get to play. Example, nice lady. I kind of got mad at her and shake her up, wake her up, because I got to the point I got her real goals. She didn't want to sell her home, her husband and her, before he passed away, God rest his soul. That was their pride and joy. Reverse mortgage got her $3 million. Leveraged it into franchise apartment complex. She's doing $100,000 a month. She says, I wish I would have did this when my husband was alive. Now she's helping the son and the daughter too. You don't have the real estate system financial, simple. $2.99 today if it's Zelled. It's all you got to do. Put your address and your phone number there too. From there, make you a money making machine. This means if we take 100,000 to $1 million, we sell vendor and supply credit. All right, it's OPM, Dun & Bradstreet. It's basically Amazon and eBay. Not hard to do. So if I build you here, let's build you to the corporation like the unlimited card they show on TV times 9. How about the B of A times 9? Wells Fargo times 9. How about we turn around and get Ink card times 9? Gold card times 9. That's up to 5 million. Now, what about the other 5 cards? Now we focus also on checkbook money. Your banks will give you up to 150. All right, unsecured, as long as you have a 2-year corporation. If not, the one you get this year, just wait till January. As Santos told me today, I have 1 left. Finally, he says 1. It's a lonely number, but the bottom line is simple. It's called checkbook money. And you can do that per entity. It's very simple. All right, ultimate goal. The average shelf corp for last year is going for 3,000. The difference is we like to help people all the time. So if you call the office, it is $9.99. From there, if you did it now during the broadcast, you get a half price of $4.99. Zelle or call the office right away. There you go. From there, I got specialty classes tomorrow. 8 of them in rotation from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock tomorrow. From there, daisy chaining of credits to specialty tomorrow. And if you have no special classes, it's $9.99 for 90 days. If not, it's $4.99 per class. You get to play. I want you to think about borrow money not being taxable. And I want you to buy your lifetime income. That way you can basically have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. All right. Become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home again. As we play, what if I gave you $1 million check today, hypothetically? What would you do? I'm sorry, you put it in your personal bank account. I'd put it in a corporation, leverage it to 15 million. Then I'd pay all the bills and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Step 8, From there, the United States of America, they got 50 corps called states. States got corps called cities. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in front of you, and they've bankrupted debts of 11 cities so far. You see, you could have played that game too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. The bottom line is up to you. Google bankruptcy today, please. Look at SSN versus SS4. Who's the duck the next time things go wrong in your life? Make a decision. It's up to you. If you let me add you to my credit system, I can build you up to $1 million of cash credit. As long as you go to class, don't follow you what, and you follow through. Now the starter package. See, corporations are free. I've been giving them for free for 45 years, and you just pay a little filing fee like I did when I was 9.5. I don't know why you spend thousands on a piece of paper. The attorney, CPA, incorporating service, what is it, made out of magic or something, or magic dust? Let's rebuild your credit, rapid score. Let's give you the articles for free and do the tax ID for free and the officer's list. You just pay your filing fees and put you in a setup level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday. Let's charge you $9.99 during the broadcast what the average person wastes in a given month. Let's give you $5,000 in credit back. And let's basically analyze, add history, and pop credit as soon as possible. And take away excuses while you learn to be a CFO. That's all you got to do. And all you have to do right now is Zell, or call 800-254-9506. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. I want you to think about getting past go because I think you're stuck. God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, the race boats and the yachts that have my name on them too, helicopter, Lamborghini building. I'd like you to change your driver's license, please. I want it to be a P.O. box, but that's up to you. More privacy. Next, I need you to look at your car you drive today. When you bought that car, you let them sweat you for 5 hours. You lost $20,000 and got up to 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car, by the way. A car should be fleet price tax ID division. That way you can write it all off. It's like the house. No, put 2 people on the loan, please. Why would you create a loan to value for 2 people? Car shouldn't be your car. If you lose house and car, don't worry. The creditor is going to give you shitty credit and report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now you have an IRS problem. So now you have double shitty credit. You should have planned the problem. Like I've always said, the division should be the registrant of a car in case there's a bumpity bump. Every piece of property should be a division. All right, you know who's going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up. Your house payment is offset in your paycheck. From there, Amazon did not pay tax on the first 10 billion or double trillion now. It's simple. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter with the line of credit in 24 hours. Then he screwed it up. Twiddly done. Now it's called X marks the spot. And he has a spaceship. So do the other 2 guys. So you could join the club. You can win the battle and learn how to play step 15 today. Run your life through a corporation in conjunction, please. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, you got a choice. Your paycheck, you get the leftover, right? Then you're paying the car payment, the gas registration, insurance. I'd be yelling no right now. Why don't you drive a company car like I do? That's step 17. Why don't you go to irs.gov today and get an SS4 and find out I'm telling you the truth? It says banking and credit purposes. You never had to be a duck and a sheep in the first place. That's up to you. Mama, ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, all right, they got to sign the SS5 form for the baby SSN so the baby can go take a nap while they bond the baby for $35 million apiece. Up to that too. Everything to me is rules and tools. It's like if buy a house, escrow close, homestead trust. You have a house not in a trust today. Sorry, when they sue you, they kind of screw you up too. You die, you're stuck in a probate. Your family gets diddly squat. You hire a contractor today, they hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. They slip, fall, cut corners, they sue you and screw you too. Sorry to say, but again, my way, they get diddly squat. Basically, think about irrevocable trust. That's step 19, by the way. Stop bringing the pain home. Now, if you want to be a crook and not file tax returns, simple. You cannot play peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. If you do that, it'll be simple. You just go to prison like Wesley Snipes did for 3 years. Or he's saying he's salivating and all this crap. I can't believe Wesley was followed for that stupid things. His attorney and CPA, a bunch of idiots. $5 million fine, 3 years in prison. Don't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess because you can't win. They got a form called 656, 433A and B, Put your butt back in the system where it belongs. That's step 20, by the way. Learn to be an OPM. From there, that's a 70% discount. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You take 200,000 from an escrow, you leverage it to 15 million. Borrow money is not taxable. You set up your line of defense and you win. Call step 21, called blackjack. You get to win again and again. I like to win, don't you? But again, what happens here? 2009. One Technology Drive, 22,000 square foot building, locations in 3 states, doing up to $1 million a day. All right, came out of a coma, they stole my life. What am I gonna do? Go home and go boohoo like you? Hell no. I get out my blueprints, see it, believe it, go get it. I take out my 5 closet divisions and I build another $1 million of credit. Why didn't you do this for you? All I ever hear is no one so told me, Ray. Who told me? I wanted to get out of hell. I created a system that works. 1,000 steps to millionaire. You don't have the books and CDs, it's $99 today. If you Zelle right away, put your phone number, your address on the Zelle, put RW, or call the office too. Now 45 years helping people just like you. I like making millionaires. Again, in Labor Day, all right, discounts are 40 to 60%, products and services. I want you to think about never going on vacation. See, using that debit or that credit card, everything is there. You'll get through an audit. There's a paper trail. From there, I got 941 goals today. I want to honor God and show his glory and help billions of people. I have generation after generation helping people for 45 years. So leaving things as a real legacy, like the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords, I think that's what people should actually do. Again, credit, loan, and money, please. That builds basically financial freedom. Your goal is to start getting 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 a month residual income. That's where everybody screwed up. They're too busy having the same rerun. Not a client, take a picture, get a phone call with me, live 90 days, level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes based on your investment. That's how much bonus credit you get back for you. If you're a client today, you want 10,000 added to a package, $499, 25,000, $999. But again, it's a current active customer only. From there, if you want the 100,000, we normally add history and do all kinds of fun stuff and get you a card, not a problem. Usually we charge you 10%, that's $10,000. Today, if you wanted it, it's $39.99. You get to save 60%. From there, it's a Zelle, or you call the office right away. From there, you can buy your income. I want to just show you $100 a week. All right, gathering that and doing what you're told to do. About 90 working days, you got over $15,000 of credit. A lot of times up to $150,000 to $50,000. Again, flipping a property makes sense to me. But again, I did it till I was 21. I would rather sell it and become the bank. If I can't become the bank, I don't sell it. I keep it forever. See, it goes up and away. All the silly people that made 50,000 on a property, they could have actually leveraged that property, kept it, maintained it, put it in a Section 8 or something. Instead, they let someone else win. And then basically they should be kicking themselves in the ass today too. Become the bank, please. It's not hard to do. You master the assignment of mortgage. Example, I didn't want her to hurt her family, but I wanted her to live in the house she loved with her husband. God rest his soul. Franchise, all right, apartment complex, $100,000 a month. She's helping her kids better than she ever could in the first place. If you don't have the real estate system, financial system, it's $299 today. It's a giveaway. Ultimate goal has to be Zelle. Put your phone number and the address where to ship it to. You want $1 million package? I'll build that for you too. It's 10,000 down. It's 1,000 a month, and you pay 10% of the credit I build you. As we play the game, I want you to stop having the same rerun. I want you to get serious about residual income up to 50 to 100,000 a month. I'd like to coach you this year and next year, but I'm only putting 10 people in a coaching package. All right, there's only a couple positions left anyway. So if you want to get into that, and I teach you and hold your hand, and we do Zooms or in person all the time too, it's simple. It's $25,000. It's not cheap. but I'm usually 25,000 a day and 3,000 an hour. Companies hire me all the time at those prices too. As my wife says, this is my hobby. Let's get you to 50,000 a month, up to 5,000, and up to 50,000, up to $5 million of credit too. But that's up to you. Corporation's a legal person. Sad thing is people don't realize if they sue the corp, they get sued. They think there's a false. It protects them. It does not. Corporations are to receive money and have divisions that give you the line of defense. That's what they're for. 9 up to 1 million, 41 up to 5 million. You're not liable. You're not on the list. You're not on the paper, and you get to roll the dice, give it a try. I like you in the future to fire yourself, please, because the biggest problem is right now, all right, I want you to have divisions of you to fire you, because that's the ultimate goal, divisions. The ultimate thing is adding 2,000 of history, and each division's $4.99, 3 for $14.97. Again, it's a Zelle, or you call the office right away. Simple to do. What are you willing to lose? See, you don't think this way. I've always thought this way. I mean, it's terrible. I was mowing yards, selling seeds and clackers. I remember coming home at 8 years old. I'm counting my money. I had $56, and they grabbed it. They said I'm paying rent. Who does pay rent at 8.5 years old? These devil people screwing me. I had to learn basically about savings bonds. Why don't you look up double E bonds and I bonds today? So are you willing to lose your family? I never had one until I got a wife and kids. Corporation, division. I designed this so basically we both get checkmate. We both get to win. All right, step 23, by the way. You get to play and understand reaching the dream. Think to be the impossible. That's me, Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit, building millionaires out of corps and divisions, training people to be a certified CFO. All right, you got joint credit, it's just in the way. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporations are free. You just pay the little filing fee. From there, you get your divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. I like to give bonus cash credit to take away excuses, and then you can write it all off and maintain the payment. Step 24. All you want from me is a 750, no problem. All we have to do is analyze you, put you in class, follow through you and me, and all we have to do is a rapid rescore. And we go after the 750, normally $9.99, a card back to you for $1,000, discounted to $4.99 during the broadcast. And the card we get you is $500 as a bonus. Don't worry, nobody does what I do on the planet. They sure don't get you a card with your money you paid anyway. Starter package with the corporation, class on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, $9.99. $5,000 card back to you, 5 times your investment. It's better than being in Vegas. Analyze you, add history, start popping credit right away. Kind of fun. But again, all you have to do is Zelle or call the office right away. So the ultimate goal is as we build things for you, you give referrals, we'll build more credit. Or if you like, we'll Zelle you back 10%. But the difference is that referral has to name your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. That's why I give you my email address too. So from there, we look at the corporation with the divisions. Banks, they bankrupt locations called branch numbers. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. So we can learn to play with the division process and stop bringing the pain home. We can literally become a certified CFO. And we can reprogram our brains to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain. Stop bringing the pain home. Stay safe, stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal. So we have these discounts happening today. The ultimate goal is very simple. There's a holiday, Labor Day weekend is this weekend. So I'd suggest basically you call the office, all right, and find out what they can do for you. Or you Zelle, anything they give you an opportunity to do today. All right, let's see again. Let's see. Thank you for acknowledgement. Well, I don't know if it's acknowledgement, John. I just wish you'd do some of the things I've asked you to do. All right. All right. Well, the difference is you just have to protect you. The ultimate goal. That's what a corporation would do. So, ultimate goal, ladies and gentlemen, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, it's very simple. All we have to do is remember one thing. God loves us all.